Hey everyone, it's Mark Crafts and Mom back for another video.
Hi everybody.
So it is 11:13 here tonight. It is the 19th of June. It's been a while since I posted a video. It's been 2 weeks since I posted a regular video, which this one is episode number 18. And it's been a whole month since I posted a whip roulette video. With that being said, I have a lot of stuff to actually show tonight and talk about tonight. So yeah, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab some crochet, knitting, cross stitch, plastic canvas, grab something and let's get into it. So I have, you might hear some thunder. It is very dark outside and my computer is acting up. So I don't know if it's gonna like buffer. I don't know. I think I just heard thunder. I'm not really sure if it was thunder though. So I got a few whips. I got 11 whips. One of them I just finished, but I have a bigger one that I'm working on. And I have several finished objects. And then I have some, like, half-finished objects that I need to do. I tried sewing today for the first time in a little while, and I made one bag. In that bag, I made, like, 4 mistakes. And, yeah. I also, in other news, from the time that I've been gone, I made several polls over on my YouTube channel in my community tab, and they are gone. They have been deleted. I deleted all my polls and all of my community tab posts. And the only reason is because I was asking a lot of questions, like what would you like to see in the Facebook shop, and I'm kind of to the point now where I'm just gonna add whatever I really feel like adding. I have a couple baby blankets that I want to add. I have some amigurumis that I want to add, and I have some sewed bags that I want to add. So it is Thursday tonight. It is Thursday night, and I'll be going to Graham's tomorrow morning. But we're going to go to the laundromat, and then I'm going to go to Graham's. And so I have been making some pen wraps. If you haven't been around for a while or you're new. So pen wraps are beaded peyote stitch flat pieces that I wrap around pens and then I zip them up. I do have all of my links are in the description box below. I have my Facebook shop, my personal Facebook, my Instagram, my Amazon wish list, my Venmo if you want to donate to the shop, or if you want to donate to the channel, you could do that. The Amazon wish list I have in there just in case you want to send me some Happy Mail. You do not have to. My birthday was the 13th, which was last Friday. I got a couple gifts, and I got some yarn. My boyfriend got me flowers and a card and a 6-pack of Mountain Dew because that's my favorite drink. And my mom's friend got me some chocolate, a build your own birdhouse, which is fun to see. I started painting it, so I got it built. I literally just have to start paint it a little bit. So she got me that. And then, and she also got me 4 skeins of yarn. And I had a lot of yarn to roll, yesterday. I rolled yarn after I went to my doctor for my surgery. I am completely clear. Everything is healed up very nicely. I am allowed to go back to the way I was before. I can lift anything I want now. So I am completely clear, which is great news. But yeah. So, you're here for the crafting, not really for the life stuff. So I have stuff like everywhere. I have a couple things over here. I have a whole basket of stuff over here on a box of mom's medical supplies. So let's just do the things that are over here. So I'm going to show you a finished object first because I have to put it in a bag to take with me tomorrow with Graham. And that is, I went to get my hair done. I got purple in my hair. You can't really see it very well in this lighting. You can really see it in the daylight, in the natural light, but you can't really see it now. But I went to get my hair done. I got purple, I got highlights, and then I got purple in it. And I really like it. I look like a hot mess. That's because I was hot a while ago when I put my hair up. And I completely forgot that I was doing a video. So what you see is what you get. And while I was getting my hair done, she was we were talking, we were waiting for her next client. Because me and Graham got there like a half hour early. So she was waiting for her next client. And we were talking about her, what she wanted. And she wanted a little, baby hexagon cardigan. But she wanted it in pink, gray, and white. And this is the cardigan. And she did not want it like the baby colors, so I chose this hot pink and like this medium gray and then white. And then I did this pattern I got the pattern by Nella's Cottage, which I get a lot of my appliques from her. So speaking of appliques, I am gonna post some appliques that are already pre-made. So you can I glue all of my appliques on my baby blankets and I've never had a problem. People have washed them and I never have and dried them and they've never had a problem with the applique coming off or anything like that. So this pattern was by Nella's Cottage. I think it was just called Baby Hexagon Cardigan or something like that. And I did my own thing a little bit. I did the basic, like, her pattern, she uses a 6mm hook and goes to 8 rows for the hexagon. And it's supposed to fit a 6 to 12 month size. Well, I made that. The first one I made, I followed the pattern to a T, and it was way too small. There ain't no way it was going to fit a 6 to 12 month old. So I used a 6.5mm hook for this, and I did my own thing for the sleeves, for the cuff and the trim. So after I did the sleeves, I did a row of single crochet around the sleeves. Then I changed to gray and did gray, a row of gray half double crochet around the sleeves. Then I did a white half double crochet around back post, half double crochet back post, half double crochet front post around the gray. And then I trimmed it with a row of single crochet in the hot pink. And then I did the same thing around the border of the sweater. So yeah, really cute, really happy with how it turned out. And so that has to go into a bag for Graham, for me and Graham to take tomorrow. So now I'm going to show you a bunch of whips because they are on top of the rest of my finished objects and my half finished objects. So my first whip I'm going to show you is I'm working on a baby blanket. And this is what it looks like. I am using pinks and purples and white. So this is the start of it. And the applique, I'm torn between two appliques. I'm torn between, well, actually, technically 3. Maybe 4. So I either want a dinosaur on this, like a little triceratops dinosaur on it, and I have 2 of those patterns. Or I have a dragon pattern that I thought would be really cute on here, or an axolotl pattern. So I'm torn because I don't know which one I want. And if my mom was awake, I would ask her opinion, but she is kind of dozing off. So I guess I will have to wait until I finish the blanket to ask her opinion. And I have my basket over here. Now I'm going to move you out a little bit and try to bring this box a little bit closer to me. Because after I show you everything, then I'm going to try to get a pile over here so I don't have to bend over. So I have a big one on top. So my friend got hit pretty hard. She lost her dog on May 20th of this year. And then 2 weeks later, her stepmom passed away. Her stepmom had brain cancer and spinal cancer, and it was going into other parts of her body. So my friend lost her dog first, and this blanket has been on the go for quite a while. And I honestly don't remember when I showed it to you last or when I started it or whatever. But my gram has been after me. I see some ends that I really got to cut off. My gram has been asking me if I had been working on my friend's blanket. And I said no, I was working on other things. Well, Gram asked me again today, when I talked to her on the phone, if I was working on it, and I said, well, I haven't been working on it, and I really got to fix that now. And she asked me if I was working on it, and I said, well, I was working on the baby sweater, and she said, well, I really think you need to work on, well, I was telling her how, I was, how, like, I was working on the, baby sweater, and I was kind of getting tired of working on the baby sweater. And she said, well, are you going to work on my friend's name is Tracy. She's like, are you going to work on Tracy's blanket for Bear Bear, which is her dog's name? And I said, yeah, I might. Well, she's been harping me for like the last couple weeks to start work on it. So I did. I got it out and I did 6 rows on it. And I only stopped because I have to sit on the couch to do it, and my light is here now instead of over there where I used to sit. Because since Mom got a new chair, I got her old chair, and I haven't sat on the couch since. But I'm trying to figure out how this goes. it goes like this. So you can start seeing that this is the dog's chest, and that is how big it is now. And so I did 6 rows on it because I started where these 2 tails were. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I started row 6, which is over here. I have like that much done. But I had to stop working on it because it was getting really dark because we were getting a storm. And yeah. So this is the graph, and that's how far I am. I am on 5, 10, 50, 55. I'm on row 56, 57, 60. So yeah, I have like 15 rows to go until I get to the corner, and then I have 10 rows to go up the sides, and then I will start decreasing on both sides. So yeah, it is 70 rows or 70 squares across by 80 up. So that's her little dog. His name was Bear Bear. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit after I get next week. I'm gonna work on that a little bit. So now I just have a basket full of stuff. So I got so the reason why I haven't done a video for quite a while is I was kind of in a funk, I guess you would say. For like several weeks, my baskets were I had like 3 projects in my baskets, and I didn't really feel like working on any of them. I had the cow blanket that I finished and sent to Paula, and I had I had like 2 other blankets. I had the granny stripe blanket, which I still have, and the jasmine blanket that I still have. And all of my other baskets were completely empty. And I was like, well, what do I want to start stuff, but I'm like, I don't know what to start. And one day I just was like, okay, these are the things that I want to start, and I am going to start. And I started some of them. I didn't start all of them, but I started some of them that day. And then I worked on, I was working on pen wraps a little bit more, which I still do like working on pen wraps. As a matter of fact, this weekend when I go down to Grams, I think I'm going to take my bead beading stuff down with me again, because I did enjoy it down there, but or I might not. I don't really know. It was a spur of the moment thing last weekend. And I did a little bit, but I am starting to get the beading bug again. So I think I am going to take my bead beading stuff down. If I don't work on it, I know the weekend before last weekend, I wanted to take my bead beading stuff down, and I didn't. And I was talking to my friend Christina. Hi, Christina. I was talking to her, and she was like, I know you said you wanted to bring it down, but you didn't bring it down. And I'm like, yeah. So I am going to take it down this weekend. We'll see how much work I actually get done. I'm working on an I Love Crochet pen wrap. I'm trying to make like a stockpile of pen wraps so that if somebody orders one, I have some. So far I have sold the 3 I Love Crochet, and I plan on making quite a few more of those. And when I finish one, I just finished another I Love Yarn. It has a gray background. I just finished that one. And this I Love Crochet one has like it's hard to explain the beads for the background. They have like a red tinge, but they also have like an iridescent look to them like water with like car oil with water, like how you know how it doesn't mix, but it has all those rainbow colors. It kind of looks like that too. I've had this shawl started for a long time, actually like a couple months, and I just took it out of the basket and haven't worked on it since. But I did put it back in a basket, and yeah. So this is a shawl that I started. It's just a basic granny shawl. Oh, I haven't told you any of the one sizes. So the baby cardigan, I use a 6.5. All of my baby blankets that I make, I use a 6. The corner to corner blanket, I am using a 5. This shawl, I'm using a 6, and I think that's it for now. And I also have, from the cow blanket, I have this jumbo skein of white, mainstays white. And I started a join as you go granny square blanket that will be available in my shop once I get it finished. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm doing 6 squares across and I think 7 squares down. So I got started on that. So that is in progress. And I'm using a 5mm hook on that because that's what I made the squares out of. I started this bag. This is going to be a pretty big size bag. This is called the Alex bag, and it is by Divine Debris. And this is it's ALIS is what it is. And so I did the bottom, and then I did the first round of the stitching. And then I have like a bunch of colors in there that I'm using. And I'm using a 4mm, I think, for this. Or is it a 5? It actually might be a 5. No. I think it is a 4. I think that's what she used. So that's what that is. And then, so down at Graham's, I shower down at Graham's in here. And, our towels just don't seem like they're long enough for my hair. And when I wrap the hair from, like, I have it flat in the back, and then I wrap it forward, wrap my hair in it, and then tuck it in the back, but it never stays tucked in the back. So I found a free pattern on Ravelry that, uses, it's a hair wrap, and, I'm making it with cotton yarn. And this is the start of it. And I am using a 5, I think, for this. And then I literally just started the increases. And then you fold it like this. And this is like the end where your hair goes in. And it's going to get bigger. I stopped working on it. I think I'm using a 5 for this. I will try to link all of these patterns down below. Like the cardigan, the corner to corner blanket was a custom, corner to corner, blanket pattern from Two Magic Pixels. I have a lot of their patterns, and I'll be honest, after I finish that one, I am not making any more corner to corner graph gowns. They are too much work, and I just don't have the brain power anymore to work on them. So I will not be making another one anytime soon, if at all. And then the other blanket I have started is I have this one started, and this one is supposed to be a baby blanket, but it is quite wide, and I'm just literally going with the flow of it. But this is called the baby Bliss, Granny Baby Bliss, or something like that. It's by Claire M. on Ravelry, which is by Truly Crochet. So it is quite wide. I think she used the number 3 weight yarn, and I am using worsted weight yarn. So it turned out a lot bigger, and I just kind of went with it. So I'm using a 6mm hook for this, and I have decided that I am going to go until I can't make any more solid rows with this glue, and then I will tie off and tie on a new yarn, a new skein. And the same thing with this blanket. This is the Jasmine blanket, which is also by Truly Crochet on Ravelry. I have this much left, and after I finish this row, I will not be able to make another row with it, so I'm going to tie off and tie on a new color. And the reason why I'm doing, and I'm using a 6mm hook for this too, and the reason why I'm doing that now for a couple blankets is because I made a lot of granny squares the other day, and my little balls that I use from leftover projects are pretty, like, I have one tote now, and I don't have very many colors, so I want to start, like, cutting off yarns that ain't gonna do a full row, so that I can start getting my ball collection, my scrap ball collection built back up. And I do have another bag, a leather bottom bag started. I am using this yarn here. This has purple, neon green, hot pink, and blue in it, and I have a black bottom. And what I do is I do 2 single crochets in each stitch of the bottom, and then I use a 3.5mm hook, and once I do all the way around and get back over here to my start, I switch to a 4mm hook, and I do back loop only for a row of single crochet. And then once I get back over here, then there's a ladybug in here. That is not a ladybug. That is a beetle. But after I do that, then I will determine what stitch I'm going to use. And a lot of them, a couple of the ones that I'm going to show you, I used the granny stitch. And one bag I used the moss stitch, which is the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then repeat. And then the following row, the next row you do 2 chains, single crochet, and the chain 1 space. And that might be, I think that's what I'm going to do for this bag. And then I use, like I said, I use a 3.5mm hook to put it on the base, and then I switch to a 4, and then I use a 4 throughout that. So that is a bag that I'm working on. My next project is a blanket, and this blanket is just a granny stripe blanket, and it is this big, so it's that wide, and I'm probably about halfway done. I want to make some bigger blankets, like longer blankets, for the nursing homes, and no, I am not donating this year. Well, that's kind of a lie. I have decided that I am donating to one place this year, or not this year, it'll be next year. We already did it this year. But, my Graham's neighbor, she works at my local high school where I graduated from. So the school does, things with PAWS, which is an animal shelter. And I try to donate pet mats there every year. And we already did this year, which was in April. And I want to do next year too. So I started. So that's the only place I'm donating to this year. But this blanket will be for a nursing home in the next few years. My goal is to get a I'm still gonna work on blankets and shawls and hats and things like that. I'm just not donating anything for a couple years. I did that. I have donated for like the last 10 years, and um, about in February, I kind of had a meltdown a little bit, a mental breakdown because I was like, if you remember, I was keeping track of everything that I was making, and I was not going to have enough stuff for this year, and I kind of had a mental breakdown, um, and was crying, and I was emotional, and my gram and mom said, if you don't want to donate anything, you don't have to, you can take a break from it, and that's what I decided to do. I'm not donating anything, and the rest, and any I did donate back in February 100 items to a lady that works in the fire department, and she knows a lot of places that needed stuff, and I donated 100 items to her. And that was kind of like when I went after that. I think it was like in March. I had my mental breakdown, and so yeah, I'm not donating anything any more this year, and I'm not donating anything next year other than the pet mats, and I might even take off 2027. So I think I deserve that break, and that's what I'm. So yeah, and I'm working on 2 granny square bags. This is one of the squares. So it is bright pink, bright green, red, and blue. And I made 13 squares, I think it was. And this is the finished one. I do have another finished one, and then I have to put the blue on the rest of them. And I like this square because there is no puff stitches. For whatever reason, I cannot get my puff stitches to look right. So I found this square and I really liked it. So that's the one I made. So I will continue making these squares for my bags, unless I find another one that I really like. Okay, I think that is all of the finished objects. Or the whips. I think that's all my whips. Now I'm going to show you my 4 half-finished objects. Well, this one is also a finished object. So, it's a half-finished object. So, I started this purse a while ago, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Look at those stitches. Look at that. It, almost striped perfectly. And I fell in love with this purse. The only thing I need to do to it is add a zipper to it, and this one is mine. And I made a pocket for my phone inside the purse. And I carry my phone, my wallet, and usually I'm gonna start carrying hand sanitizer. And I have my keys on a lanyard, but sometimes they're a pain in the neck around the neck. So I figured if I want to, I can take them off and put them in my purse. And then that way, if my phone is in my pocket, in the little pocket here, my phone won't get scratched. So I made this purse. I really like it. I think it's adorable. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. I just have to put a zipper on it, and it'll be done. So that is my half finished object. I'm not lining it because it is a tight stitch. So I don't need to worry about anything like poking through or anything. So that one is a half finished object. This one is a round base. And this one is another half finished object. I have to figure out how to line this one. As you can see, it does have a round bottom. And the yarn I used for this was pink lemonade. It was the itty bitty stripes from Red Heart Super Saver. And yeah, so I'm really happy with this one too. This one's really cute. It does need line because I did use the granny stitch for it. And same thing, I used a 3.75 or 3.5 to get the yarn in the holes. Then I switched to a 4 and did 4 the whole way up, even the handle. And I made them crossbody bags, so I did that one. And then I did this one here. And this one is also another half finished object because I gotta line it. So this one is made with the crayon box, I think. Or no, this might be the other one. But anyway, it's very pretty, very rainbowy. Has a black bottom. And this one has a red bottom. And this one just needs lined, and it is a crossbody bag. And my next finishes are all amigurumi. So I made this little octopus, tentacles. Like I said, I'm still making things. I will just collect them until I can't collect them anymore. Well, see, I have a huge tote here for amigurumi, and my amigurumi's tote is getting very full. So I might have to take some down to grams to keep until I decide that I want to donate, which, as of right now, to be determined. But yeah, he has a little attitude with his little face. So I got that one done, and then I made a bigger one, and yeah, he has like a weird top. But he's really cute. He is all shades of pink, and he has a little cute smile. So I made him. And then I made a snake, a Christmas snake, and I gave him red. Oh, they're just red eyes. I thought they were sparkling, but they're red. So I made a Christmas snake. And then I made a loaf cat out of the same pink yarn. And I gave him black eyes and a brown nose. And his little tail sticks kind of straight out. And then I made 4 birds. So this one is the eagle, and I actually think I might give this one to Graham because she collects eagles. So I think I'm going to take this one tomorrow and give this one to Graham so she can sit it on her shelf. And then I made the chicken. Little cone's kind of cockeyed, but that's okay. So I made him. And then I made a little miniature mallard. So he's really cute. And all 4 of these bird patterns are by Katie Dids. So I made him. And I made the little chick, the little duckling. So he is done. So I can put all of that stuff back. I can put that away. And I might just do that when I go in the room. Oh, chicken on the table. Sorry about that. And I think I'm actually going to do that when I go in the room. I have to keep the bags out, the 2 bags out, so that I can line those. And I'm going to shove everything back in my basket. Try to, at least. Everything did fit in there when I brought it out. But yeah. So yeah, that is like all of my whips. That's all my finished objects. I will try not to let it go as long this time as I did this till I make a video like I did this time. I kind of missed it, so I will try not to let it go that long again. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Almost 41 minutes. So yeah, I like I said, I deleted the polls off of my post, my community tab. I will be posting over on my community tab next, probably on Monday, because Sunday I'm going to be taking pictures and getting things ready for like I have appliques, project bags, Notion pouches. I have a couple baby blankets. I have a couple amigurumi, and I think I have one pen wrap that I have to post yet. So I'm going to do, instead of doing each thing individually, I'm just going to do one post on my Facebook shop, and that will be all of my new items that I posted. And in the pictures of the items will be the prices. And yeah, like I said, so be on the lookout for I will on the community post that I posted new items in the shop, but I'm not going to post like everything individually or in groups. I'm just gonna do one post on my community tab saying there's new items in the Facebook shop with the link below, and then one post on the Facebook shop of everything that I have. I think that'll be a lot easier. But yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I've been talking for almost 44 minutes, and it is 11:56. Graham will be coming to get me in 9 hours, and I have to still. I'm gonna wait to put the stuff. I think I'm gonna wait to put the stuff away until Sunday when I come back home to mom's. So that's everything for now. I hope you guys have a great weekend. It is almost Friday. It is 4 minutes until Friday. And got a kind of busy weekend with Graham. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning, Friday morning, we're going to the laundromat. And then Saturday, we're going to go to the grocery store in the morning. And then we're going to go to Sam's Club in the afternoon and do some, we got to get some meat. We got to get some pork chops and some chicken. And we have to see how good Pap is on his ribs. Because that's the only place he likes them from. And, yeah, so yeah, got a kind of busy weekend. I really would like to take my beads down and work on my pen wrap. And I am kind of getting tired, so like I said, I'm going to take this back in the room, but not put anything away. And probably lay down in bed, but like not take my medicine because I got to get up early here in about 9 hours. But yeah, I am going to let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. And I will talk to you guys again later. I am going to try to get back into doing a video every single week. So I'm planning on doing another one on Thursday night. And depending on how I feel, I might even do a Whip Wednesday. The last time I did a Whip Wednesday or a Whip roulette video. I don't call them Whip Wednesday because I hardly ever do them on Wednesday. I call them Whip Roulettes, and the last one I did was episode number 22, and it was a whole month ago. And when I come home on Sunday, I might do a Whip Roulette video just to see what it picks. So yeah. So yeah, I'm like I keep saying, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great Friday, and I'll talk to you guys again later. Bye.